There are different types of fraud trends that the federal and state level regulatory authorities are focusing on for the prevention of the scams, because these kinds of frauds cause loss of billions of dollars, and people got into the trap of different scammers and they lost their money. And similarly, the organizations and institutions are on the radar of the fraudsters. Therefore, from the regulatory compliance point of view, such types of frauds need to be identified and should be countered by the organizations or institutions. So, the types of fraud trends or the scams we will be discussing in this lecture include: number one, the imposter scam; number two is the online shopping scam; and then we have the investment scams. There are other types of frauds as well, but we will be focusing on these three bigger scams that caused loss of billions of dollars in recent years. And these kinds of scams are on the top priority of the federal and state level regulatory authorities and enforcement agencies. And the authorities are on the routine work to develop the relevant laws and regulations around and give appropriate directions to the organizations, institutions, and general public, so that they may avoid the fraud occurrence and they may not get involved in the trap of the fraudsters. So number one, we have the imposter scam, and number two is the online shopping scam, and number three is the investment scam. So let's discuss each of these fraud trends or scams one by one. When we talk about the imposter scam is usually performed using the telecommunication channel by the fraudsters or using the online platforms such as the social media. So the scammer may call, send the text message, or send an email, or approach the people or organization or institution from the social media channels, and the scammers show them that they are calling from some regulatory authority or body, and they may also take the name or give the name of some real government official to build the trust and show the person that they are really calling from some government organization or institution, but actually they are not. So they may give the prominent position name or the person's name already serving in the government office. So the people got into the trap and they might think that the call is actually from the government agency or the government authority, but actually the scammer is calling. And the scammers also use the caller identification, or they may give the um, person the numbers from where they are calling, and they show that these are the regulatory authorities numbers from where they are calling, and this is just to gain the confidence of the person or the people. So the scammer, after gaining the trust, involve the person into different talks and give some information, and basically the information provided is for the trap, and they may give you some fake official reasons, or they may offer gifts, or they may say that you have won the lottery from the government, and for that they may ask for the personal detail or information of the person. And if the person gives the personal information to the scammer, then the scammer may use such information for other fraudulent purposes like stealing the account or attacking on the account and gaining the more banking details, credit card details, etc. So the scammer basically aims to get the personal information of the people, and when the personal leaks or provides the personal information to the scammer, then the person may face different kinds of losses in terms of money, losses in terms of reputation, etc. So this was the imposter scam. Now let's discuss the second kind of fraud trend that is on the boom these days, and that is the online shopping scam. So the online shopping companies or the e-commerce companies must take appropriate steps to develop the relevant policies and procedures to prevent the online shopping scams, because there are different kinds of fraudsters in the market that are using the name of the real e-commerce businesses and show them that they are the sellers on those reliable platforms, but actually they are not these sellers. And for that purpose they develop the fake retailer websites, and they show that they are the real retailers in the market. They offer luxury items such as jewelry, electronic items, or other luxury products. And when the customer buys from their fake websites or from their fake portals, uh, the customer gives the money for the delivery, but actually the delivery is not given to the customer because everything is fake. And in some cases, if the customer buys from the fake website directly, then the person calls to the person and insists for the immediate payment before delivery of the luxury item or good that the customer ordered. And in this way, to induce the early payment, they may offer different bonuses or they may offer different deals, and the purpose is to get the immediate payment in the account. And once the payment is received, the scammers go away with the money. Now the third scam or the fraud is the investment scams, and this is done from the online portals or the social media channels. In the investment scams, different fake investment schemes are developed, and they are advertised using the social media channels. Different influencers may be asked to give the input to gain the confidence of the general public. And in this case, the scammers ask people to invest in different fake investment schemes and offer people no risk, and they give guarantee of higher profit margins. And this is basically the trap. When the person listens that the investment is the risk-free investment and there is the guarantee that the investment amount will be returned with higher profits, so the people start investing in their funds or money into the fake investment schemes. But actually the persons and people should realize that there is no investment in this world that carries no risk, and this is the trap. So that's why it is always recommended by the regulatory authorities and bodies that the people should educate themselves about the real investment schemes and the real investment avenues, and they should also educate themselves about the finance so that they may understand how actual and real investments work. And to prevent the trap of the scammers in or to prevent themselves involved in the fake investment scams. So initially, these scammers give higher profits and they pay returns to the public which invested in the fake investment scheme to win the trust and to show that the investment scheme is the real investment scheme offering higher profit margins as compared to other investment avenues in the market. And then later, the scammers ask for more money or more investment, and they offer more bigger profits to the people, and the people then get into the trap and they start investing more money into the fake investment schemes. And once the bigger amount is received, the scammers take the money away, and the social channels and online portals are shut down. So the investment scam is one of the big scams these days, and people should realize that they educate themselves. And when we talk about the organizations and institutions, the senior management and the compliance professionals should take appropriate measures so that relevant policies and procedures are designed and developed considering the applicable investment laws and regulations, so that they may abstain or they may restrict the uh, induction or onboarding of the investment scammers, and in this way they may avoid losing their profits or money. So the regulatory authorities and the organizations and compliance professionals should take appropriate measures to prevent these kinds of scams and to avoid the loss of billions of dollars. And this is one of the core areas in the regulatory compliance domain and these days. So you must have knowledge of these fraud trends in order to become a better and efficient compliance and risk management professional.